All right, people, give me some questions here. It's a solo cast. I'm on my own, and you guys aren't going to helping me out here. I was hoping for all kinds of questions, but I'm here by myself on my jank setup here. I've got my feet in the bottom drawers of my Lista. I've got so my feet are in the bottom to kind of support me. I'm sitting on my new Evo wheels.
Give me some questions.
Oh boy,
here. It's a solo
time out.
cast. I'm on my own, and you guys aren't going to helping me out.
Time out there. All right, I'm back. So I've got some credit pads here for a little butt support, a little lumbar support. And we're gonna have this building. We had everything dialed in and then just blew it all up. The whole life is totally blown up. Garage at my house though is now dialed, good to go. All the detailing equipment, all the Milwaukee, all the Sonic, everything's good. I've been working on the new tool stuff, so I'm about to blow up our tool setup. But this, we're losing this building in about 4 weeks. So I've got to double time on getting the E30s polished and messed with, and then we'll be moving out of this place. May 15th is the deadline. That's D-Day for moving out of here. So anyway, I'm making do. So we've got a little make do setup with a couple of drawers, and I'm using the Lista box with my computer sitting here, and I kind of have a chat with you guys. I don't want to get off track. I've been very diligent about showing up at the gym every day, very diligent about my eating routine, very diligent about everything, videos, detailing, meeting with the team, meeting with the staff to make sure we're driving this thing forward, going to Canada, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So anyway, let's go down the list here. Addison Jordan says, hey Matt, I drive a 2022 F350 Limited, F350 in my Limited, and my screen is scratched and my piano black trim is scratched. Any recommendation to remove the scratches? Also, should I swap my vinyl floor to carpet? Screens are tough. Plastic polishing is tough, dealing with heat. If you can feel it with your fingernail, then you're probably not going to want to mess with it. I'd be less inclined to mess with the plastic with that. And now the piano black trim, you can probably polish that. You can at least improve it. What I would do is I'd probably pop it off or at least tape around it and use like Perfect Finish and a foam pad just to make it look a little bit better. But the piano black trim, chances are when you wipe it off, will probably scratch again. A lot of people will actually put PPF on their trim. I did that on my my 992 Touring. And then swapping, I don't know, I probably wouldn't swap from vinyl to carpet. Unless you just love the truck and you're gonna keep it forever. I mean, that seems like a pretty big expense. Any news on new press haul? Tips, squeeze bottles, no new news other than we call them every other day to say, hey, we're ready. And so hopefully we'll have some news for you at some point. But for those of you who aren't aware, squeeze bottles, I actually use it in the E30 video, which should be up in a day or so, show you how awesome it is. I use it for the first time on camera. The tips I've been using a lot. They're fantastic. They're gonna be really expensive, but they're fantastic. And then I think our Viton seal update failed, so they're trying another set of seals for the the brake buster issues. I'm freaking 5 years into this process, and at some point we'll get it figured out. Fluorination, I'm also asking about that, so hopefully we'll get on a Zoom call here shortly and get it figured out. Joe says, hey, question on garage lighting. Could I do DMF downlights on my 2-car garage instead of Cree LS series? I don't think I have enough clearance with the door open. You can. A couple of things. The DMF they don't do 5K, only 4K, 4,000 Kelvin, so it'll be a little bit warmer looking. You would need a lot of them. They're really, they're $200 a piece. I would probably want, for every DMF, let's say an 8-foot Cree is 12,000 lumens. DMFs are what, 1250. So you're gonna need 10 of them, for every 8-foot, Cree fixture that you would have put in there. And then they disperse light quite a bit more. They're not quite as direct as the Cree stuff. So it'll certainly work. You could light the whole garage with recess for sure. The other thing you could consider doing is SLG. The SLGs do have a 5K switch, but they're nowhere near the quality. They're like $30 a piece. Cree CR6s, they don't have a 5K either. So what we could do, let me look at this. You could do, if it's new construction, let's see, I'm going to open up a new window here. Cree KR6. You got to have a lot of room to do a Cree KR6, but I think those might. They're 4, 6, and 8. Who's texting me? Uh-oh. Oh boy, Chase got shaved. Oh geez, let me look at this. Oh no, I cut all his hair off. Let's see, what was I just doing? Tim, what was I doing? Oh yeah, KR6s. I always get sidetracked. So yeah, so they do those in 5K. And they do them up to 6,500 lumens. So if you have the space, now they need like 2x10 construction or attic access above. Then they're pretty expensive. I think they're like $300 a piece or something like that. But you can do them in square. Can you hit that darn red knob on that thing? So we could do a KR6, 6-inch, 8-inch, 4-inch, and those do come in 5K. Or maybe LX, maybe the LX stuff. Let me see, there's CDR. There's the new SD series. SD, nah, these are color selectable though. You don't want color selectable if you can help it, because it's blending. So if we go indoor lighting, let's go back to products, indoor products, and let's go retrofit downlights. Those are the CRTs, LRX. No, LRX is only 4K. Yeah, no 5K option. So, yeah, you'll have to dig into that one. But you hit up the design guys, they can help you figure it out. Dan Pfeiffer, good afternoon from Minnesota. Happy Friday, OG crew. Matt, looking forward to your experience with diamond glass, the diamond glass coating. I'm going to try it out. I have it on 3 vehicles. It's the best glass coating sealant I've found. I'm going to try it out here soon. Philippe says hello from Ottawa, Ontario. He just got back from Canada last week. Hey, when can we expect updated buckets and bucket sticker design? Bryce ordered the stickers this week, and the launch, I'm pushing the team. I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks to launch my matte version, the navy blue bucket with all white. And then we'll have new vinyl as well around the same time. So I'm hoping within a couple of weeks to have that at least available for pre-order. Then garage giveaway is going to be, you guys are going to freaking love this. Our garage giveaway is going to be awesome. My gut is telling me all the work we've done and showing you what the cool stuff we can do. The garage giveaway series is starting here soon with Charlie, the guy who won the last one. We're going to share with you every part and piece of the structure of how we put this together. He's building a new house, so it's going to be a 12-month-long process, and so we're building a series to share with you all the stuff we go through to build it out. The garage giveaway, we're going to have 2 giveaway versions of the buckets as well, and then I have a bunch of different color combos that I'm going to be coming out with. That's coming soon here. Also interested to hear your thoughts on the new TRC wheel mitt. Did they launch that? I didn't see it. Let me look here. Let's go, the Rag Company. And new products. I know Anthony told me about it, but Ultra Wheel wool mitt. It looks the same. What's the difference? It just has a little hook on it, that's it? Well, I guess I'll have to get one. try it out. I thought he had something special. It's just my frickin' version with the darn loop on it. Yeah. Well, I'll have to get one and try it out. It's a 2-pack for 20 bucks. I've been buying that from Flexi Pads, and first Grio's Garage was the first one to have it, and then I found the source when they discontinued it, and Flexi Pads out of the UK is the one who makes it, the one that we've been using for years. Let's see, coding question for you, Matt. This is Matt, R20 Motorsports. Sonic MSS Plus cabinets. It's hard to get them clean with a consistent finish because of the matte paint. Would you recommend coating them with CSL and or XO? Yeah, I would. The matte finish will actually accept that extremely well. I would do CSL and XO. Actually, you know what? I'd try it. Try like on the back of it. You might get away with just doing XO. I mean, it's not going to be exposed to the elements. I would prep it with CarPro Eraser and then go right to it. You know, and it'll richen up or darken up the finish a little bit, and should make them a little easier to clean. I don't know why I've never done mine. Let's see. Let's see, a towel on the lift to protect the laptop. Well, remember the MacBooks have little feet on them, so. But yeah, that was Chris's laptop. Let's see, Matt, when you said last episode Michelle is getting your cabinets. Is your wife getting a new house? I guess I should explain it to you guys. Thanks for the question, Daniel. So I talked about this inside the Hex. So I don't think I talked about this on the podcast, but I'll repeat it if I have. So we live in Lady Lake, Florida, which is on the east side of the Villages, and my kids have been going to what's called Buffalo Ridge, which is the charter school, which is the one that's been there for 20 years or so. It's like, I don't know, 7 or 8 miles away. And so they built a brand new Taj Mahal of a school. It's incredible. And that's called Middleton. And so Middleton is about 18 miles away. It takes about 35 to 40 minutes to get there. And part of Middleton, they built this. They're building a town square. They built a young family community. There's all kinds of parks and courts and basketball courts and tennis courts and pools and all kinds of cool stuff. Now, the houses are not great. You know, they're just basic, nice basic houses, track type, cookie cutter type homes, contractor grade. And so Michelle's been saving her money. She got a job, so she's now full-time the volleyball club director and high school volleyball coach. So that's what gets our kids charter school eligibility. And so she's been saving her money for the last couple of years, and she's wanted to invest and buy a house in Middleton. And so she bought a house there. And so actually the cabinets from here, the flooring from here, the lighting from here, I'm gonna repurpose and put in that garage. And so so we're gonna keep my house in Lady Lake, and then her salary is basically gonna pay the mortgage, and we'll have that while our kids are in school. It's really an opportunity for us to give our kids the same sort of 1980s life that that life of the 80s and 90s where we were running the neighborhood. They're going to be able to do the same thing. A lot of their friends are going there. A lot of their friends are living there. Lots of other people that don't want to get rid of their property, because it's on less than a quarter acre. The houses are stacked right up next to each other. But I was able to, in the build, we picked. Somehow I talked her into a model that had a 3-car garage already, and the 3-car garage had a 4-foot extension option. It was already 28 feet deep, and you could make it 4 feet deeper, so it's 32 by roughly 32. And then I was able to extend the driveway 20 feet, so it's not on the street. The normal driveway is 18 feet. Now my driveway is 38 feet long. So it's actually going to be pretty cool. I think you guys are going to like it. And so it's 2 or 3 steps below my house that I have now. It was like our dream house when we were 25 years old. So it is a really nice house. We're gonna have it for 6 or 8 years, and then when our kids graduate, we'll sell it. So that's the plan, or rent it, or do something like that. So that's what we're doing. So we'll have 2 houses for a while, and Michelle's paying for it. So let's see, Rupes review ETA. How about today? I'm working on it right now. I just unboxed it, and I'm about to use it on the E30. So I'll have an update for you there, and we'll decide if we're punting the Milwaukee or not. Let's see. You have a totally awesome YouTube channel. Thanks, man. We just did that. Rupes ETA. Matt's got in credit pads to soak up the leakage. There was no leakage last week, people. That was the bucket, not me. I double checked. The bucket was leaking on my pants. Dylan Whitmore says, "Hey Matt, painting my 2-car garage ceiling similar to how you did not long ago. I got tricorn black and flat. Does it hide the minor imperfections, or do I have to do level 5 before I paint?" It won't hide it. The flat will help a little bit. You want to make sure you back roll it like we did on Emmanuel's garage, or spray it. Flat paint will help a little bit, but you want to, when you're doing black, you want to try to clean it up as much as you can. I mean, level 5 on the ceiling is pretty difficult, but the better you can make it look, the better the black will look, because black shows everything. Matt, have you tried laser engraving on the press-all bottles? It probably looks cool. It's something, either that or screen printing is something we're considering. Joseph Korger says, "Hello, my 2-year-old coating is starting to die. Will Sonex Perfect Finish and Rupes Yellow Foam be enough to remove it before applying the new one? Will a different brand bond to the old if not?" Sometimes I've had it pull it. You could even maybe try Perfect Finish on like yellow wool to make it a little bit more aggressive. I almost always just do like a couple of passes with microfiber and say Jescar Correction Compound should guarantee you pull it off. And then you can go to finishing. So maybe do 2 passes with Jescar and then 2 passes with foam and Perfect Finish, and you'll have a nice cleaned up looking finish without removing a whole heck of a lot of paint. The Perfect Finish, depending on the coating, depending on the condition, depending on how you installed it, I find that it doesn't always pull it off. You can almost, especially on a darker paint, you can kind of see it. You can kind of see if it's pulling it off or not. Let's see, Obsessed Mobile Detailing. Your newest Hexcast video is by far the best. So many points hit home for me. So the latest, thanks for that. The latest Hexcast, what was I talking about? It was a service-related business. And I was really just talking about business in general. So we talked about, if we were a detailer or owned some sort of service-related business, just what I know to this point. Functional Garage says, "I've tried once to polish a windscreen with a lot of swirl marks, Seri glass rayon pad. Is there a difference between DA and rotary on glass?" Well, I mean, a rotary could be more aggressive, especially a larger pad, but still, you need to manage heat, not as much as you need to worry about managing heat. You need to really manage heat for the pad and the product. If you break down the Seri glass, you'll end up nuking the product's effectiveness. So Mike Phillips is the authority on this. Is where I learned it from. Where if you're going to polish glass, you're going to be spending a lot of time. Make sure you get a bottle of spray bottle so you can spritz on distilled water to sort of reactivate the Seri glass as it dries out. But you're not going to get great results. I usually recommend just get a new frickin' windshield if you can. I think you need to add a Daytona to your watch collection. Big car enthusiast. Yeah, Jay, I would love to have one. I actually went to Rolex and got on the, put in my indication of interest, and a Panda was my number 1 request. And the second request was Pepsi, and then third was a root beer. And when I got home, I sent her a bunch of OG swag and hopefully greased the wheels a little bit, so we'll see. When are pre-orders for Built Hamburg need touchless in my life? I think, I'm hoping next week. Tommy's always slow playing. He doesn't like doing pre-orders, but I like doing pre-orders. So what we're going to have 144 numbered and signed launched to Inside the Hex members. It'll be the same price, so no markup or anything like that. That's coming over by air, and so those will ship first. And then I think the container, if it hasn't left yet, it'll leave any day. So it's about 6 weeks out, 4 to 6 weeks for a container to arrive. And so we're going to try to launch the pre-order in the next week or so. And so you'll be able to order both. If you're an Inside the Hex member, you'll be able to buy one of the numbered and signed by Pete Hamber and myself. And then if you don't care about that, then everybody will be able to pre-order. What we're going to do is launch it on a Monday, and then so we'll launch the Inside the Hex on a Monday, and then Friday we'll launch the open pre-order for everybody. And we're going to be bringing touchless, traceless, and Atomac first. Any update when ProSlat will be in the OG store? I'm about to pull the trigger. So I'd love it if you would have us do it for you. The pricing will be the same as if you bought from them. So if you would hit up design@obsessedgarage.com, we can help you work with them. We just became the dealer. I've gotten the the margins and all that stuff worked out, all the logistics worked out. We can easily pull it into our design software, so the guys should be able to pull that in as well to help you lay it out, make sure you get exactly what you want so you can see what it looks like. And Mike Awaba's ProSlat stuff will be coming in the next month or so. So man, I got a lot on the go, a lot to do. But yeah, we are a ProSlat dealer. I want to spend some more time with them before I go really, full into it, and I want to make sure that I really, really like it. I decided to order a few Armor Detail supply coatings. I was perplexed to find the same marketing gimmicks that Avalon King uses. Get another half off after ordering. What's your take on that? I mean, logistically, when you, it's a simple add to cart algorithm thing, right? So when you add to cart, I'm sure studies show that, when you give people a discount, they'll add other things to the cart. I mean, it's pretty common modern marketing. I don't really have a problem with it. Oh shoot, super chats. I gotta pay attention. Sorry about that, guys. If you get your super chat, I'll jump ahead. Is the NAD, this is Shars29, 20 bucks, thanks man, appreciate that. Is the NAD M33 good enough for Heritage Specials? Or do I need a M23 and M66? Also, is the newer version of the M33 on the horizon? Second, should I get 2 sub-6s or 2 REL S510 subs? So yes, the M33 will be plenty of power for Heritage Specials. I ran mine on the M33 for quite some time. The M23 is not that much. The M33 is basically the M22 with the streaming with the preamp attached to it. So I think you'll be more than happy with the M33, and I'd rather have the better subs. I haven't heard the S510 REL subs. I've always loved REL subs. Musically they're pretty insane. I do love the sub 6s, and I love the sub 6s with the Heritage Specials. So I probably wouldn't spend the extra $1,200 on the RELs. I just can't imagine. I mean, I'm sure that RELs could be better, but the sub 6s are so good. And put that that magical setup of M33. Now remember, die rack your M33 or your M66 because it sounds like crap out of the box. It'll shockingly sound terrible. And so the M33 Heritage Specials, a pair of sub 6s, man, that's a great 2-channel bookshelf setup. And I mean, you really wouldn't even need 2 sub 6s. I mean, 1 would probably be sufficient, but if you can do 2 is always better than 1. Cameron says $2 super chat. You have to check out the new Ego vacuum. I know it's sitting in the lab over there. I've got to go play with the darn thing. A lot of stuff I got to do. Daniel says $9.99. Thank you very much. Thanks, Matt. One more question for you. Any BMW touch-up paint recommendations? I have no PPF on my X3, and after the Illinois winter, my front is littered with chips. Not sure if there are any better options than OEM touch-up sticks. So, I mean, you do have the option. I would try it first, get Dr. Color Chip. I found that Dr. Color Chip actually looks better than, you know, globbing on some, you know, some paint. You know, Larry, Ammo NYC, has some great videos using that little thing that he, you know, puts paint in and kind of taps on it, and then kind of sands it with a pencil eraser and stuff with a little bit of sandpaper, and then does that a few times. I've always found that Dr. Color Chip is my preference. Just you just wipe it on, wipe it off. So I would try Dr. Color Chip first before you dig in too deeply into paint. But then generally I just get the OEM paint. And Google, you know, Ammo NYC paint touch up. It's an older video. I think he's updated it since, but he has this nifty little pen thingy that you put the paint in and you kind of dab it on. He uses toothpicks and stuff like that. All right, let me go back to where I was. We talked about that. We talked about Rolex. We talked about ProSlat. We talked about Armor Detailed Supply. Yo Kenny R. Do you use Brake Buster straight up in the foam cannon? Can I just leave it in there each time I use it? Yes, straight up. Yes, you can leave it in there. I've always keep it in there. It's fine. It's going to beat up the filters in your foam cannon, but just, I mean, you're talking a couple of years before I think it becomes any kind of problem. The Detail Factory wheel cleaning brush is slightly too thick for my wheels. Any good alternatives? I use the little brush, but it's a little on the short side, making it hard to clean deep into the wheels. I like, you know, I'm always using the Easy Detail. I know it's, you know, not preferred because of, you know, the type of, you know, it shoots stuff out at you, but I just like the Easy Detail Large for doing my barrels, or I use the Incredibrush Flat for the barrels of the wheels. Let's see, Kerrygold Butter, hashtag Kerrygold Butter OG collaboration. Yeah, I eat a lot of Kerrygold butter. Although, shoot, I just realized I'm not fasted today. Yeah, I ate a couple of 3 hard-boiled eggs before I came, and some blueberries. I started to add some blueberries, raspberries, strawberries to my carnivore routine. Love the LZ project. If that was your home, would you have done it differently? Or what would you have done differently? Let's see. I wouldn't have done the false door. I didn't mind it, but I would have. I probably would have put some appliances in the pantry. I think the master bathroom was great. Obviously, I wouldn't have done the tub. I was just on a bigger shower. The closet was great. The home theater was really, really shockingly good. So I liked the home theater, but clearly, you know, I would have done some floor standing speakers and stuff like that. I mean, and I would have done a more like French country style, and so I would have done probably hardwood floors. So I would have done like white oak, large plank white oak floors. I would have done, you know, white oak, you know, cabinets of some sort or some sort of combination of that. But that's just stylistic, you know. That's just, you know, choosing materials. I think that's about it. It was a pretty nice setup after, you know, staying there for a couple of days. Let's see. What is your favorite of your cars on your YouTube channel? What is one of your favorite cars on your YouTube channel? Well, my cars are all I have. My favorite car is my E92 M3, for sure. For sure, not even close. Let's see. Barbecue Jones. Let me make sure there aren't any super chats. Okay, good. Where did he go? Barbecue Jones says, first wash of my 918 after CSL exo coating was the best experience I've ever had washing. It's good. was simply amazing. I've got three guys that want to do a similar process to their cars as well. Yeah, it's good. Now CSL XO is, I think, a 12 to 18 month refresh. So I'm about 18 months on my E36. It's time to refresh it. If you want something more durable, there's plenty of other coatings out there that are going to be more durable, like Seacorts UK, TiO2, Geon Mose. But I just like how CSL XO looks. It's my favorite. Michael X says hello from Germany. I'm talking about coming over. Is Auto Mechanica in Germany or Italy? Forget. I think it moves around a little bit, but I'm thinking about coming there to Auto Mechanica. My friends at Tool Grid are trying to talk me into it. I talked about Built Hamber a couple of weeks away. Hello from the UK. Cannot wait to be able to support your empire here in the UK. Come soon. I'm working on it. Once I get Canada figured out, then the cards will fall in line for Australia and then UK, EU. Did I miss the cause of organization video at the LG compound? I don't think so. There is a video going on Colette's channel. I'm not sure. I don't think Waba has that one done for her yet, but that should be up soon. And it'll be on Colette's channel. Any advice for someone on chasing passion versus chasing a paycheck? I talk a lot about these kind of things a lot inside the Hex. When I've got 2 more videos to sit down and do. Let's see, what did he want me to talk about? If you would like me to talk about something specific, you can always send it to me about things if you'd like me to talk about. So Nick had sent this to me. So I just talked about how to operate a service business rather than retail. And then his other question was, have you ever reached a goal and felt empty or unfulfilled after its attainment? And so talking about that, the answer is yes. And then materialism, not in the sense of being driven by physical items being symbols of success, but being materialistic in the sense that you care about how something is made, the quality of materials used in its production, the experience of purchasing it, and the community of people involved both on the product side and the consumer side. And so he wanted me to talk about how material quality and having so materialism probably isn't the right word, but a chase for functional excellence, what that means and what it's done for me and what it's meant for me. So I'll be talking about those things, but I do talk a lot about passion and not everybody gets to do it. So Marquez Brownlee has a video on his YouTube channel, MKBHD, where he talks about, he gets a question all the time of people asking, well, how do I get to do what you do? And he says the answer is you probably don't. The timing of when he started it, the luck of the draw, you may have the talent, but it may be too late to be at his level, or it may not. I always caution people on, if you have a really great gig and it's good enough and you have upside or you've reached significant upside, maybe chasing passion isn't in the cards. But if you are going to do it, you need to do it as a side hustle. Don't just quit. Don't go leverage yourself. Unless you've already made it, you saved a bunch of money. I've had many friends that they sold their business, then they can go chase passion, and they can chase it easier and better because they don't have to worry about money anymore. And so I think you need to be really careful with, especially how most of us are wired, that the difficult thing, especially if you have a lifestyle or if you're a little older and you've got obligations, you've got kids, you've got mortgages, you've got stuff like that. You need to be careful with how you're going to pursue that. In my case, I got lucky and then I pursued it too far, got me fired, and then I lost the paycheck. I don't know if I would have ever really given it up. So I think that the simplest answer, the simplest thing to do is to test it out. Do it on the side. Do it, side hustle it, chase it, and see how it works. And if it doesn't work, maybe you can pivot, you can adjust. Maybe you spend a little bit of money on it, but you don't leverage and finance your whole future. So just something to consider. Super chat, Daniel, any supercar acquisitions in the near future? No, I'm seriously considering selling my Brewster Touring and getting a 16 RS and or GT4 RS. But I'm not sure. But other than that, no. I do have an order for a Lotus Emira. I need to get back on my series as well. I'll shoot one this weekend of, what do I call that series, Tim? The Dream Big series? Yeah, Dream Big series, where I go and look at the possibility of, how do I unclick this? Get over here. I'm stuck. There we go. Let's see here. So nothing on the horizon. Let me get back to organized here. We talked about squeeze bottles coming soon. We talked about the organization, paycheck. Brian Van Royen says, after applying tire dressing, do you rinse your curveball brush out or leave the dressing on it? I just leave it on there. But what I do, you'll notice when I'm doing it, I always wipe it out a lot, so I'll wipe it on the towel after each application. I feel like it gets a little buildup, and so I'll have an extra towel on my knee, and I'll wipe it off, and then spray some more on, reapply, wipe it off, and so I'll just wipe it off afterwards. But I find that, and I've had my original one's a year and a half old, or a year old at least, and it's fine. So, and I haven't washed it out yet. Matt, you should make some limited edition OG Canada shirts. You're darn right I'm going to make some Canada stuff. Can I put a Canadian flag on? Would that be a problem? I don't think so. I freaking love Canada. I don't know why. I just like the people. I like the whole vibe, man. I just love it. Especially when you guys get rid of Trudeau, then I think it'd be great. Let's see. Michael X says, any cabinet ideas for a 2-car, 20 by 26 feet deep garage? So it's 20 feet wide, 26 feet deep, with stairs to the basement, losing 3 feet in depth to the stairs. Goal is to limit round trips. Top level should contain essentials. Main storage can be the basement. Yeah, I mean, you put I would want a lot of drawers. I always like a lot of drawers. Cabinets, you'd want to look into Sabre, ProSlat, Sonic. The Sonic MSS stuff is underrated. I mean, it's gray and black only, but it's what I have in here. It's 19.7 inches deep. You don't have to mount it to the wall because it uses the wire pipe system. It's a good system. I'd consider that. Alexander Smith, super chat, thank you, sir. For a first-time Porsche owner, 718 GT4 or 991.2 GT3, both manual, mostly street driving, rallies, etc. Track maybe once or twice a year at most. Now, I've been talking about this forever. I'm a big progression guy. And I can tell you this, having gone GT3 and then back to GT4, it's, the GT4 is something I think you need to experience, but you won't love it as much. I would highly recommend you take the GT4 route, then GT3. And so out of those two, if I'm patient in life and I really want to experience the best of Porsche, I would buy a 718 GT4. You'll love it, you'll covet it, you'll take care of it, it'll be the greatest thing you've ever driven. And then you have some upside to go to the GT3. And then I think, you'll have further upside if you love the GT4. So if you like the GT4 more and the mid-engine and how it feels and how it rotates around a corner, you could always go to the GT4 RS, which of course has the GT3 engine. So I would choose to do 718 GT4, love it, experience it, plan on having it 2 or 3 years, a year, 2, 3 years, and then make sure you get everything, you squeeze the lemon, get all the juice out of it, love it, and then go get a GT3, because it leaves you some upside. And I'm telling you, where I'm at, I mean, I don't have like McLaren dreams or certainly not Lamborghini dreams or Ferrari aspirations. So I don't think I think that's the way to go. Ooh, Otto, thanks. 13 Canadian. Let's see, Matt, how are you going about hiring employees for Canada HQ? I'm in Ontario and interested in applying. So I think to start, I don't think Mantis is going to need anybody, but in the future they will. And so Mantis is going to be the employer, right? So Mantis Tool Grid is going to be the employer. They're going to have the payroll. They're going to be on staff, and they're going to charge me a fee for shipping. And so the way we're going to work it out is hopefully I can figure out how to make it work where the inventory that they own it, they purchased it, and then we're sending them the orders, and then I'm paying them a fee for their service, if you will. So we got to figure out how that's going to work. But yeah, you would want to talk to the Michelle and team at Mantis Tool Grid. Mike Monkhouse, Canadian, $70. Thanks for that. Get your question in, Mike. I see you pulled it back, but get something in there. That's a lot of money. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. You guys keep getting me off track here on these super chats, but I'll keep looking. All right. You go back here. We talked about Shaz's NAD aspirations. How's carnivore diet going? I got food poisoning from steak last weekend, and wow, what a weight loss miracle that was. Yeah, that sucks. Carnivore is going great. I'm like 220. I'm 2 weeks back on like full on in the gym, eating well, and so I'm hoping to chase 200 pounds over the course of the summertime here. Mike P says, cabinets, question mark. Really don't want to blow 10K on Sabre if Rousseau will come soon. So we can do Rousseau for you right now. I mean, shoot, I have it there. We're designing my setup. Rousseau would, if you're doing 10K in Sabre, Rousseau will probably be like 15 or 16, for a similar setup. But yeah, just hit us up, design@obsessgarage.com, get you in the queue, or go to the design tab, get in the queue, and they can help you design it right now. Rousseau, 100%, hands down, best cabinets ever. The fit to finish of Sonic MSS Plus is still the best. We don't have as many options. I want MSS Plus in my life still, but the Rousseau stuff is awesome. Congrats on bringing hyperdressing back. Have Meguiar's brought back M39? They have not, but hyperdressing is back. It's in the store. It'll be in the next E30 video as well. Actually, I need to pop the hood on and see how it's looking. In the first E30 video, the right side of the scissor lift behind you looks very tilted toward the car. Is something going on with it? No, it is not. I just parked the car over to the left further. A scissor lift will tilt or pull depending on where you position the car. The E30 is really narrow, and so I'm sort of pulled to the inside of one. So there's flex, it'll flex in and out depending on where the car is. But yeah, it's fine. Let's see, how much test does your doctor have on you? I don't know what he's talking about there. Congrats on hyperdressing. Now that you have the GT3 Touring with 6MT, are you still a fan of PDK RS more? I just answered that, yes. I'm beginning a casual search for my first and not sure if I'll get bored with PDK street driving only. PDK-S, you won't get bored with it. It's, especially in an RS, with RS presence and how wide it is, it's freaking cool. Otto, got it. I would only apply if you were the employer. No, I'm telling you. I bet you Mantis, that team, I think I'd rather work for them than me. And I'm pretty good to work for, right, Tim? Good enough, anyway. I leave everybody alone for the most part. What's your favorite set of Henkels to get into knives? Love the content. Take a peek at... go to Cutlery and More and just kind of work through some of the Japanese stuff, and that's a good place. That's my reference point when you go to their site. They have all the best of the best, and so they have like a different version of Henkels than what you would get, from Bed Bath & Beyond back in the day. So, but you have Wusthof. A lot of people like Wusthof more than Henkels. I still have my original set of Bed Bath & Beyond Henkels from, they were probably $300. 20 years ago, 15 years ago. But, yeah. Jeff C., I think you would definitely be punting the Milwaukee. The Rupes is so dang good, it's like an extension of your arm. Well, I'm about to find out. Just use Iron X paste for the first time instead of the spray. For me, it's a game changer. Goes where I need on the wheels, stays there, and uses much less product. Any plans to carry something similar? I've never really thought about it. I'll check it out. Installation on Pro Slat is a nightmare if the studs aren't 16 inches on center based on what I've seen. A lot of slop in the garage stud spacing. This is gas tax. I don't know. We're going to find out. We're going to put it at Waba's place, see how it works. Make sure that Mike Monkhouse, let's see, did Mike have a question? Would love to see some Canadian t-shirts. Just ordered a 2025 4Runner. I was looking at that 4Runner last night. I kind of think it's cool. I mean, it's going to be boring and slow as crap, but you know, if you lift it. And then I started thinking maybe I should order one because I need something to drive down this dirt road here. And I'm like, well, why don't I just use one of the 2 trucks that I have and just dial it in? So I'm kind of back on the Raptor. I'm going to change the front bumper and suspension and stuff like that. Spencer says, hey, Matt, how's single stage polishing going? Hoping my advice helps. Also, Lake Country pad washer is a game changer for these cases. I'm about to put pad on car as soon as I'm done with the podcast here, so I'm not 100% sure yet. AA says, I see your arrogance level and snobby character isn't so much in our faces anymore. You got a publicist or someone coaching you? I'm pretty much the same. Maybe you just aren't quite as insecure as you once were. See, when you say stuff like that, then people attach arrogance to it. And it's not arrogant, I'm just speaking a fact or speaking what I'm thinking. And so I don't really, I mean, I know people think I'm this, you know, snobby prick, but I mean, a lot of that comes from saying what is so. A lot of it is my face, right? And then a bunch of it is I say the price of things because it's just a number, just a simple factual number to me. And I don't take crap from, you know, sissies like you, you know, tell you to frickin' man up. And a man would just laugh at that. Right? But an insecure man, you know, just starts calling me frickin' names and putting don't put your junk on my junk, right? I don't have any junk going on here. I'm just saying this polisher sucks. That one's great. This car is stupid. This one's awesome. Just telling you my experience. And so I think you're attaching the wrong connotation to that. You're attaching the wrong word. That's not arrogance. That's just matter of factness. So anyway, maybe I'm coming across a little better, but whatever. We all grow. That's the other thing. Is people don't want you to grow. They don't want you to change. They want to stick it to you. So anyway, take that for what it's worth. What's your opinion on the Optimum Hyper paint correction system? I think it's terrible. I don't like it. Why were there shipping delays on Cox hose reels? I ordered my stainless steel one in February and told it won't ship until mid-May. I don't know. I don't know if they had a strike. I don't know if they had a bunch of people quit. I don't know if they had a machine break. I don't know what happened. Do we know, Tim? We don't know. They kind of just apologized a bunch, and we met with their guys. We don't really know what happened with their production capabilities. It just frickin' fell apart. Some of that custom stuff, when you order like stainless steel and things, some of that has always taken them a while to do to get in their production queue, and that makes sense. But the run-of-the-mill reels that we've been getting every month for 4 years now, I don't know what happened. So anyway, I think we've got it worked out, so the times should go back to normal, but I hope so. Let's see, Jay Walker says, I used scratches happened, so he got scratches on his individual 2024 M4, his G82 M4. Which is the only color in the world of its color. They used the Ferrari paint code and matched it perfectly. I think he's helping that other guy out. I hate two-step touch-up paint. The old-fashioned single stage is the best. Just cut the brush to a point. Not a bad idea, Chris. Robert says, hey Matt, thank you for the hard work. With your expertise and opinion, is there any ceramic coating that can be done outside? Unfortunately, I don't have a garage. Yeah, I mean, could be done outside. It sometimes can become a little bit more difficult. CSL Exo, Gion Mo's, CarPro, TiO2, C-quartz, D-quartz. You can all do it. You just have to manage it a little bit more. You have to, move a little quicker, do it panel by panel, wipe things off before you put it on. So like if I was doing it outside, think about I coated mine underneath my wash bay, but it was still outside. I coated most of my cars. You just do a fender, then use carper eraser, wipe the hood off, do the hood, then use carper eraser, wipe off the next fender, and then put it on, do that kind of stuff. Let's see, will you try the Koshkemi rinseless wash? I have it. I just find it hard to believe that they're gonna beat, the current stuff, but who knows, maybe. Have you ever been to Iceland? No, I'd like to go there someday, that'd be cool. Let's see, Scott Taylor said, let me just make sure no more super chats going on there. Thanks for all the questions, everybody. I thought I was gonna be on my own on this one. You guys are killing it. 2 questions. Just coated my car with CSL Exo. How soon after can I do my first wash? I'd say, I like to wait a while, like a week. But, I mean, you could wash it, I'd say 48 hours. I think you'd be okay. Any recommendations for single layer coating for my girlfriend's car, as I don't have the time for 2? I'd probably do C-quartz UK would be my choice. E34 525i 1991 brilliant red owner here. Love the content. Thanks, man. I'll be polishing the car here. I think this is Hellrot. I don't know what I forget what the red was called on the other one, the Sport Evo. What don't you like about the E46 M3? It sounds like crap. It drives like crap. It has no guts like stock. I'm confident it could be really cool aftermarket, but it was going to be a lot of work. You have to deal with the subframe, and then you have to frickin' do the Carbonius intake, but then you have to, tune it for sure, like custom tune. It's just a real problematic car that I don't love enough to go down that problem train, at least not right now, but I'm sure I will at some point, because it is such a good looking car. But it's just a terrible sounding car, and it takes a lot of work there's gonna be a lot of work to figure it out. Looking to move, saw your house on Zillow, knew it was yours by the garage, just wish it had a pool. There's enough room, you can put a pool in, but that was the Harbor Hills house, is for sale again, I think. Active 2.3, it's still sitting there, I haven't used it yet. My guess is, I don't think I'm gonna like it. Any good off-road trails near Helen? An off-road project would be fun to see. I think there's a ton of them. I don't know them, but yeah, there's a ton that you could do. E30s make one heck of a background. Yeah, that's true. It is a good-looking car. Looks even better with the wheels off. That's CC Detailing. By the way, CC, Caleb will be on a Wash and Talk tomorrow, or this weekend together. Let's see, E90 M3 Vis says, did you talk about something that you heard in podcast about what you believe you can do versus what you can actually do in reality on Inside the Hex? I remember you mentioning it. So he's asking about what you believe you can do versus what you can actually do in reality. I don't think I've ever talked about something like that. I get what you're asking. A lot of it has to do with understanding and being very self-aware. So I get in trouble a lot, like with the other question earlier about, being, stuck up or arrogant. But I know exactly who I am. And I know when I'm coming across that way, and sometimes I just don't care, because I'm coming across that way to only a certain subset of people. most people that are secure in their own, position in life just take the words for what they are. And so I think a lot of, believing you can do something you can't leads or breeds, it's a lack of self-awareness. I'm using the wrong words here. Yeah, if you're not really understanding of what you're capable of. Now, the opposite can happen where you're underestimating yourself and you're also not sure, you're not confident, or you're not aware of what you're capable of because you're reluctant to try. I have that with driving. I'm certainly capable of driving down the road, but I'm freaking out and having people drive me around instead. And so sometimes you just, out of fear, don't want to push. So that's a good topic, something to think about. Have you ever driven a E34 M5 before, the Euro version? The S38 engine sounds so sweet. No, I haven't. E39 is the oldest M5 I've ever driven. What would you recommend for an audio setup for home, office, or desk? That's a good question. NED, was it D4035? The 3045 it's called, the D3045. A pair of either Dynaudio Emit 10s or Evoke 10s, and a sub 6 or sub 3 from Dynaudio is my favorite setup for a desk. And we have a package for that in the store, I think. Spencer says, last one, I promise. Let's see. Currently have a 3.2 GPM and adjust the nozzle for what I'm working on. 1,000 PSI and 2,300 PSI, so we've changed out the nozzle. I'm upgrading soon and curious if 6 to 7 GPM is too much on cars. Was doing more equipment now, so time to change it up. Yeah, I don't think you'll like the ergonomics of 5 GPM. It's just a lot to deal with. I think that 5 GPM and below is what you're going to want. So I think if you go up to 6 or 7, especially even at 1,000 PSI, it's going to have a lot of kick. It's going to require like a handle on your wand. I just don't think you're going to really love it. For heavy equipment, yeah, I think having that bigger flow. I would also want heated as well. That would also help. So if you were 6 to 7 GPM with a boiler, I think that you would really like that. Let's see, where was I? Let me go back up to the top here. We talked about the desk. Let's see, Eric S., can you expand on that? Why the change back? Let me see. What was his original question? I forget. Okay, yeah, so Eric was asking about the GT3 RS. The 992 to me doesn't sound as good. The 992 front suspension clearly is better, but it just doesn't feel as good to me. I feel less connected, even though it's what we've all been asking for, double wishbone. It just tramlines a lot more. And the RS is just my car, man. I mean, the PDK RS, I think that the 9A1 version of the engine, even though it's deeply flawed with finger follower wear and stuff, I just love it. I mean, 8,800 RPM redline, which is a disadvantage, but the PDK S in the GT3 RS, I think I want both. I want the 992 and the GT3 RS. But if I had to choose one or the other, I would choose a 991.1 GT3 RS. I just love that car. I'm going to get one. What happened with the Obsessed Garage shorts? I haven't seen a new vid in a few months. Yeah, we've been focused on, we lost our secondary editor. So, and we've been focused on building out the detailing line again. So we haven't been messing with that very much. Cars with JR, $5. Thank you, Matt. Have you considered any recommendations from other YouTubers for the Master Collection? Yeah. I have to go back through the list. I'd already ordered, I'm cheating a little bit here. I had already ordered a lot of the stuff they had recommended. I just played dumb, just for the reasoning of the video, or the reasoning for playing dumb was in the videos was so that we could make a decent video. But I had ordered a lot of the stuff, and like D-scale and a bunch of the armor stuff, and so I have a bunch of it. You'll be seeing me use a lot of it here in the next coming weeks while I'm detailing stuff. Good question. Let's see, where am I? Hey Matt, this is from Nate SF. I plan on polishing and coating my car once a year, so I don't need anything too fancy. Would Griot's G8, G9 be a good starting combo? Should I get the longer throw G15? Yeah, you want the longer throw, and I think you may want to wait. I've got this Liquid Elements thingy that's going to be like $200. It's freaking pretty sick for $200. I would sit tight and wait for the Liquid Elements because it's freaking cool and works really, really well. So we should have it. I think we're planning to launch May 1st, I think is the goal. You're going to see me using on this guy here, the E30. Let's see. We talked about off-road. We talked about, wait, oh, am I back at the top here? Hey Matt, I've been, let's see, any good off-road trails? We did that one. Hey Matt, I've been trying to deal with scratches on my Shadowline piano back trim. After polishing, it seems like the microfiber towel ends up leaving scratches. Yeah, that's the struggle, buddy. You need to just try to wipe it off, soak it down with some more eraser, and try to wipe it real gently. Or maybe use like N914 to wipe it off and just try not to use any pressure if you can. And then eventually you just have to give up. Let's see, Tiffany Martin says, hey Matt, on a different YouTube account, but I wanted to say thanks for all you do to the community. Visit the HQ a while ago for my trailer build and just received my order for my new detail shop in Castleberry. Nice. Thanks for that. Let's see. I have a detailing setup at home. This is from Lifter 213, and keep my wife's car dialed in. I asked her if something happened to me, what would she do? Take it to the laser wash? Do you think your wife and kids would do the same? Oh, absolutely. She would just go drive it through the drive-thru, for sure. Matt really is maturing. Never thought I'd see the day he'd collaborate with the thing he hates the most, an actual detailer. How'd that happen? I've collaborated with tons of detailers. What are you talking about? I do have this idea that I want to have just for the fun of it, talk a lot of trash, and have a YouTuber versus professional detailer, and we'll do like a call out. Who wants to come? And I'll buy them a plane ticket and have them come here, put them up in the hotel, and we'll like, I don't know, we'll take a car and put tape down the middle of it, and we'll have some sort of Olympics of detailing, a YouTuber versus a professional detailer. And I'll just talk trash about how I'm going to beat them and how much they suck and how good I am and all that kind of stuff. I always thought that would be kind of fun to do. Someday I'm going to get that done. And if I lose, I lose. But I think, no matter what, I'm going to put up a decent showing. I think it'll be fun. Tutor or tag? I just bought a tutor to play with. I've had a tag in the past. I like them both. When I was younger, I bought a Karcher HD jet wash. I had taken it in my living room and started detailing the pressure washer. Been following you for years. Yeah, I can relate to that. Detailing the pressure washer. Hello, mate. I'm looking at a machine polisher on a budget. Have you got any videos or any help would be appreciated? Yes, we do have some videos of the Griot's Garage, the G15, G13, G15, and then, I just mentioned this earlier, stay tuned, the LE stuff is pretty sweet for super budget. Let's see, you can't order a Toyota. Okay. Did you ever consider getting an MBA or going to law school? Yeah, I thought about getting an MBA many times, mainly for the networking aspect of it. I have many friends get their executive MBA, and they've made friends for life and have met great resources. A lot of people who do executive MBAs, they're in between careers. They've saved a bunch of money, or they've made a bunch of money, and they're able to take some time off and go do an executive program, or they're kind of doing it on the side, I guess. I thought about it many times, but it really has no benefit to me to spend 50 grand in 2 or 3 years of my life. But I would have done it mainly just for the networking, which I don't really need as much anymore. And maybe someday I would, but an MBA, other than, I think the main benefit to that getting that MBA are the connections that you're going to make in the future job you're going to get from the people that you meet. Not so much the knowledge or what you gain from doing it or going through it. Do you have a favorite food? Yeah. Cookies, cake, crackers, candy, chips, all the C's. The more refined sugar, the more processed, the more I freaking like it. Yeah. Not good. When's Master List 1.0 going to be complete? Should be this week. At least I hope so. Matt, when can we expect the new OG Detail Factory brush to launch? I don't know. Do we know when that's launching?
I think it's already shipped up.
Huh?
They already shipped them up.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's already up, isn't it? Yeah. I think it's on the website already. Thanks for putting Weir on my radar. Due to looking into them, I found some weird tools I didn't know existed. Yeah, they're pretty freaking cool. What's the next step down from Sonic as far as tools to the occasional DIYer? I'd look into Tekton, Tekton. Let's see. I have a 2023 Tacoma, and inside the truck bed is plastic. Any tips on cleaning? Any protecting it from fading? What I always do to the truck bed, which does add a little slickness to it, I just clean it like normal with like a tire brush and like an all-purpose cleaner, and then I follow with hyper dressing. But if you're using the bed a lot, it does make it a little slick, especially on the plastic. But dilute it 4-to-1. We have it in the store now, already pre-diluted 4-to-1. Spray it on there, let it sit overnight, wipe the excess off. It'll make it look a lot better. Hey Matt, Normal Guy Supercar has a white 430 Scuderia, low miles, that would make a great project. Yeah, I'm sure. His cars usually aren't up to my spec. I need it to be like 80 miles or 180 miles on it. In your What Am I Missing series, have you discovered something you normally wouldn't have? We're going to find out. I just used Clarify Phobic yesterday on the Evo, and it was a really great user experience. It's a hydrophobic glass cleaner. It's pretty sick. But I'm going to be, over the next coming months, is where I'm going to be using all this stuff to figure out if I find anything really cool. I'm about to use, the Last Cut on, per Spencer's recommendation, Last Cut Plus on the single stage E30 here. Good old AA. Why don't you use your real name, tough guy? Huh? You don't sound like a man getting hurt like that. I'm not getting hurt. I'm laughing. What are you doing? New RG t-shirt just dropped. Keep your junk off my junk. Yeah, well, Rick Corbin, my coach, says, don't add your junk to my junk. Or don't put your junk on top of my junk, or something like that. Do you keep your glass towels separate from other towels during the wash? I'm finding I'm getting streaks now and then. Probably my technique or washing them all together. I've washed mine together, and I've never had an issue with that. I like the waffle weave towels or FTWs for glass, and I haven't had any issues. I guess the only thing that could happen is if you're getting the if you're getting stuff on them, or you're getting like a silicon dioxide type sealant on them, maybe that could be causing a problem, but it shouldn't. You should be able to wash them together. Let's see, Spencer had a question. It just jumped ahead here. Let me go back up here. If you had to send someone to training for polishing and such, would you recommend Rupes or another course? Started getting into wet sanding, and I sort of know what's going on, but not really. Wet sanding, you want to try to figure out how you could go shadow reds, Reds Detailing, Andy Ward, Proficient X, or Jason Kilmer. If you're doing polishing, I would go to Esoteric School, Todd Cooprider School. Hey Matt, I know you've had some Hondas in the past. Ever think about getting an NA1, NSX, or NA2? NA2, yes. The NA1 I never really loved. I look at them occasionally now and then, but the new one is really interesting to me. I'm going to get one of those at some point. CC Detailing, opinion on 996 versus 997. Probably buying a base 911 here soon. They're the same chassis, other than 996 ugly headlights. By the way, you're not arrogant. Get out of here. Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm a really freaking nice guy, you know, right? I mean, now, I guess it could be hard to get along with if you're a freaking sissy, right? That's not going to work. But even then, I'll let you do your thing. So I don't like the 996. I think 996 is junk. See, this is why I get in trouble, because if you had a 996, if you were a, you know, not a baby, you would just say, he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's an idiot. You know, instead of you suck, you're terrible. You know, that's what insecurity is, when you're insecure in your own choice. But 997 for sure. Henna and Brilliant Red E30 M3s. Yeah, that's what it is. It's Henna, I think, is one of them, and the other one is Hell Rot. I don't freaking know. It's on that thing. I gotta look it up. Hey Matt, have you driven a GT4 RS? No, I haven't, and yes, I do. I almost don't want to, because I want to save it for when I get it, but I don't know. All right, where am I at here? It keeps jumping around. Trying to convince my girlfriend to come to America for our honeymoon. Once that happens, hopefully we get to see you, Matt. Come on and drop by. I'll be here. You're not going to like the Diamond Protect glass coating. Drying aid smears really badly. You can use glass cleaner, rinseless wash as final touch-up. That's a good tip. I'm going to check it out. Matt, did you hear that McKee's updated 914? Yes. I hadn't tried it. I just mixed it up. So shoot. Hope it doesn't leave something behind. If it does, then see you later. Detailer roast. That'd be funny. Hey Matt, can you share on how your fitness journey is going? Obviously, we can see changes, which are awesome, but how has it been helping you overall? Good. I mean, I never stopped. See, that's a double negative. I didn't. That's another double negative. I hadn't. God dang it, how do you say this? I kept working out. You can't say didn't stop, right? That's a double negative. I didn't stop working out. I said, I have continued to work out. I just want to say I never stopped. You know what I'm saying here. So I kept working out through all these last 10 years or so, and something just clicked in my brain where I said, you know what if this panicking is tied chemically, certainly not all of it. I've done a lot of work on me mentally, but physically, I was still kind of just sort of treading water, if you will, at 245 pounds of fatness, sloppiness. And what I look like now is still a little heavier, but this is kind of normal for me. This is pre-going crazy and going on Prozac. And so, you know, the key for me is to make it non-negotiable. Or no matter what, like today I woke up at 4:15, I was freaking too tired. I found a new show, by the way, Tim, you gotta watch this, Shoresy. You ever watch Letterkenny? So Shoresy on Hulu, it's my top 5 show of all time. I'm gonna watch it again. I watched it all in one day, of both seasons. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. You guys got to watch it. So Letterkenny and Shoresy, you never see him on camera, right? You only see him, you only hear him talking, and so then he has, they make a spin-off show. Was it Jared Kiso is is the guy. But again, it's me and my love affair with Canadians. I freaking love Canada for some reason. What was I freaking talking about? The fitness journey. So anyway, like when I'm traveling, I went to Canada. I map out where's the gym. I went to the gym. Went and did a CrossFit workout. When I was in Vegas, make it a priority. Get up 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Go to the gym before doing the walking at SEMA. That made it twice as hard. But I think that I've had a little bit of a struggle. So November, December, January, February, and then some of March. Finishing the LZ project. It started out really great, and then I kind of fell off a bit, just out of just being tired. And then, of course, we went to Fred's, and I freaking tweaked my back. So I got it all set up there, rented a bike. I was riding the bike there. And by the way, e-bikes are insane. It's a complete waste of time, but really cool. I was pedaling, going like 30 miles an hour on this thing. I'm barely even pedaling. So anybody who has an e-bike isn't working out. It's nonsense. You stop pretending you're working out. You're doing literally nothing. You're just pedaling, and this thing is freaking just flying. It's like, this is awesome, but simultaneously a waste of time. So anyway, I'm gonna keep just try to take it one day at a time. So something clicked in my brain. Just do it one day at a time. Stop crash fad dieting. I don't like freaking vegetables, so carnivore works for me. And just try to stay on that. Try not to beat myself up if I have a dessert or something like that, and just fighting my way to a healthy lifestyle. Hope that answers this question. Oh, super chat here. Unread novel. Hey Matt, I'm building a garage and want Swiss tracks, but a portion of the garage will be for woodworking. What do I use in there, and how do I separate it? I would use Swiss tracks in the woodworking area. It actually works best there. The only problem you'll find with woodworking is you do get a bit of static buildup, static electricity that sort of builds up in the tile. And so some of the really fine shavings will want to attach to that. And so I would do Swiss tracks in there because you can vacuum it up, just let the dust go where it goes, and you can vacuum it up whenever you darn well feel like it. If you are going to make a transition, you could transition to tile. You just want to build up whatever flooring you're doing to 3/4 of an inch. You can put like a little Schluter T molding joint or something like that. And yeah, I think you can easily make that transition to any type of flooring you want. You could also put out like a rubber T molding on top if you needed to. Let's see, where was I at here? Would you consider making a wash kit oriented toward off-roads in the mud community? I think it's the same stuff though. You just may need a little bit more. So I am getting a golf cart for Michelle's new house, so it'll be a similar process for that thing. ST says there's going to be a video series on Lena's Outdoor Kitchen. Yes, there is. We're getting closer to getting done with that. So are the California cinnamon rolls better than the Helen cinnamon rolls? They're different. For me, I like the Helen better. I like them because they're soft. The California ones were more crispy. LZ Final House Tour drops tomorrow, so make sure to check that out. When are you going to be testing the new Active 2.3? Apparently 2-3 weeks ago. I question the ROI on an MBA JD in the world of artificial intelligence. 2 years in trade school may be a better use of time and money. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't go to law school because I don't read fast enough, and I would have been in real trouble. Man got triggered by compliment about being less arrogant and snobby. Wow, you okay? You can't make fun of someone if you don't know how to type in a complete sentence, Dumbo. How terrible are New Age Pro cabinets? About as terrible as they get. Buy anything else than them. They're terrible. Hit me up, you can borrow my GT4 RS. Yeah. Hey Matt, what's your biggest pet peeve about auto detailing? Pro-only coatings. Stupid. Hey Matt, what compressor did you set up Fred with? Do you sell it? If so, how much do they cost? It's called the Compact X. It's freaking awesome from Werther. Yes, we sell it. You have to get it up in the store. How much is that thing? I think it's like $5,500. It is freaking amazing. It's got sophisticated filtration. It has digital capability to change the regulator, so digital regulator. It has oil-water separation. It's unbelievable. All right, we're almost caught up here. Good, because I got to get to polishing. Matt, there's a really awesome hot air balloon event in Helen. It'd be really awesome if you flew an OG balloon at the event. I will not be in a balloon. You want to talk about frickin' meltdown. E-bike dads or Peloton dads, what's worse? Ooh. So e-mountain bikes, I get the point, is that if you're climbing, and you just want to go do the descending and you climb, use it to climb, that I get. And so you might have an e-bike for that. Or if you're commuting, you're just, commuting in a place where, bike makes sense. I could get that. I can get on board with that. So I'd have to say, but there is no purpose to a Peloton, right? You're not going anywhere. You're sitting there watching a TV screen, So I would have to say that e-bikes are way better. And they're kind of cool. There's nothing cool about a Peloton. How good does the wireless subwoofer kits work? They work extremely well, really well. How's the GTS borrowing going in Helen? I think pretty well. We had a little bit of a panic, and then there was a check engine light. And then the guy who had borrowed it, he's freaking out. He wasn't a Porsche guy, and so he didn't realize that the auto stop start was on. And he's like, I think the car just stalled. And I'm like, hold on. The check engine light just came from sitting. We just had to clear the code. It wasn't nothing major. But because the check engine light and because the car shut off, he's calling me. He's like, shoot, man, I'm just going to limp this thing home. I said, I think you probably just need to beat on it a little bit because it's been sitting there so much. And so I said, do you have the auto stop start on? He said, oh, yeah, that's what that was. So that was good. Let's see. Hey, Matt, thoughts on Mirka's rotary polisher? I don't know. It's probably decent, but I haven't used it. Michelle's new house. Yeah, we got a new house. I told that story early on if you go back to like minute 5 or something like that. Yeah, the frosting's cool, Brad, on this Helen Cinnamon Rolls. I'm sure you could add your own frosting. What radar detector do you recommend these days? I like the Escort Redline, but go to Vortex Radar. Ariel is the authority. I just do whatever he says because he's a freaking maniac. Looking to purchase my first Porsche, trying to decide between 991.2 and 991.1. 100% 991.1. 991.2 is a turbo. You don't want a turbo. You want the naturally aspirated. The Unicorn, if you're going to get a 911, get 991.1 GTS. If you can find one that has carbon ceramics, that would be amazing. If you could find one that has Burmester, that'd be even better. And you don't need the 18-way seats. That's nonsense. If it has 2 ways, you're fine. I think the 2 ways are better. Yeah, I'm looking for 991.1. A 2015 or 16 Carrera GTS would be amazing. Matt, I recently tried hyperdressing. I don't know if I got a bad batch, but it smells nasty to me. I bought it from local AutoZone. Sometimes hyperdressing can get moldy. I've had it happen before. Maybe it was sitting on the shelf for a really long time. But even if it smells bad, it should probably still work. I've had some moldy chunks in mine and sprayed it on. It worked great. Matt, are you doing a series just on refinement of the Master Collection? Also, I got a chance to meet Matt in person and couldn't be nicer. Thanks. Appreciate that. Maybe I was just having a good day according to AA. I just don't like letting people off the hook, It's just, maybe it's just an arrogance gene. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't really I kind of wanted to just go into the garage. Waba was working on all the LZ stuff, and so I just went into the garage and kind of did it off camera. So other than a couple of little videos we made, no, I didn't go into super detail, but that's a good idea for a video to go into it. Let's see. What do y'all do with used Swiss tracks that you remove and when you move? Usually I end up selling them. I have a bunch for sale. Hit up Tim at Assess Garage. We have a bunch for sale. $3 a square foot. Where were those from? From next door. Yeah, from the warehouse. They're in good shape. They probably need a little APC cleanup, but they're good. Hey Matt, hope all is well. You have me addicted to everything in your store. Is the new store up and running? Also, a subscribe and save monthly for items would be awesome. Is the new store? Maybe he's talking about in Canada. Subscribe and save would be kind of cool. Everything in Helen Bakery is delicious. Yes, I sampled too much as well. Last question, Matt. Any thoughts on starting Obsessed Garage Design and Renovation for your home services arm? Mike can be your COO. I don't know. I'm not sure about that yet, but we're going to be creating. I am sure that in the villages we're going to be creating a hub for local installation and local design, and that will turn into national as well. So stay tuned for that. And we'll probably enter into outdoor kitchens and home stuff as well. Last question. Oh shoot, you guys got to stop. Alex Smith, do you think your kids will follow in your footsteps? I think very likely no. Yeah, I don't think so. I think they have their own interests. I want to encourage them to chase passion, figure out what they want to do. Anyway, thanks everybody for the questions, and I would keep going, but everybody's waiting on me to finish this up so we can do some polishing on the E30. I'm excited to see how it comes out. Stay tuned for that series. Thanks for the question, even AA's question, I appreciate it. And I think that, I don't know what I was saying. I think I'm done. That's what I think. We'll see you guys next week. See, my little chair's not bad. It starts to poke into I kind of lose my paddedness after a while.